Well, that was all for nothing.
Where's our son, Sarah?
Welcome to WatchMojo.com, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 actors completely cut from entire movies. Before we begin, we publish new videos every day, so be sure to subscribe for more great content. For this list, we'll be looking at actors who filmed scenes for a given movie, but who were entirely cut from the finished product. We won't be including actors whose roles were significantly reduced, only those eliminated entirely. We also won't be including actors who were fired and/or left the production and were recast. Number 10. Shailene Woodley, The Amazing Spider-Man 2.
Do you need a ride or something?
Shailene Woodley as the famous Mary Jane Watson. What do you guys think? Better than Kirsten Dunst? Shailene Woodley was cast as Peter Parker's future love interest for The Amazing Spider-Man 2 and shot 3 days worth of scenes for the movie. However, her role was eventually eliminated to streamline the story of Peter and Gwen. This may have been the right decision, seeing as how cluttered the movie ended up being. Imagine there being another subplot with Mary Jane. It might have pushed this already bloated product to the breaking point.
I'm coming with you. You know that you need me.
You're coming with me. Shut the thing.
Number 9. Christopher Lee, The Lord of the Rings, The Return of the King. You see, this is why the extended editions are so beloved. Peter Jackson made the mind-boggling decision to eliminate Saruman from the theatrical release of The Return of the King, stating his desire to jump straight into the plot of the third movie rather than wrap up storylines from the second. He believed that viewers would infer that Saruman was vanquished during the Battle of Isengard, and his death scene was eliminated from the final product. This greatly upset both fans of the novel and Christopher Lee himself, whose friendship with Jackson was strained for a while as a result.
Can we not have peace? You and I.
Number 8. Sienna Miller, Black Mass.
Excuse me?
Sienna Miller had a fantastic 2014. She starred in the acclaimed movies Foxcatcher and American Sniper, and she planned to continue her role with 2015's Black Mass, starring alongside Johnny Depp. Miller was cast as Catherine Gregg, a woman who harbored Whitey Bulger when he was a fugitive. Sienna Miller spent a significant amount of time perfecting the distinctive Boston accent, but despite the work she put into the character, her role was eventually cut so that the movie could focus on Whitey's criminal career. Director Scott Cooper claimed that Bulger's time as a fugitive was less dramatic.
I thought it was a family secret.
Number 7. Kevin Costner, The Big Chill.
I only hope that wherever he is now.
Kevin Costner plays an integral role in the movie, yet every scene actually showing his face was eliminated from the final cut. At the beginning of the film, Sarah and Harold Cooper receive a phone call stating that their friend Alex has committed suicide. They then reunite with various friends at Alex's funeral. While Costner had filmed scenes that were meant to serve as flashbacks, all of these scenes were eventually chopped, leaving Costner's slashed wrists as the only physical contribution to the movie. To make it up to Costner, director Lawrence Kasdan cast him in Silverado, which would become one of Costner's most successful roles.
Well, I got things to do, kid. I'm a busy man.
Number 6. Uma Thurman, Savages.
Well, you'll never get them together. I'm the only one who can do that.
Cutting scenes that are integral to a character's development is never a good idea. Uma Thurman was set to play hippie chick O's absentee mom, who served as a negative influence in her daughter's upbringing. Her scenes would have gone a long way to help the audience sympathize with and understand O, but alas, her role was left on the cutting room floor, for pacing and runtime reasons. As director Oliver Stone explained, we had to consolidate so much. Chalk this up as another example of the book being better than the movie.
It's a little ironic considering the situation I'm in.
Number 5. Paul Rudd, Bridesmaids.
That's what I think led me into this passion that I have and what I do when, counseling hoarders.
Sometimes a movie is just too bloated, and a director must do things he or she doesn't want to do. This was the situation that Paul Feig found himself in when he needed to eliminate scenes of Paul Rudd. The hilarious Rudd played a blind date of Annie's, who makes a fool of himself while skating, and lashes out at employees and children.
See that? You think it's funny to run over somebody's finger? Do ya?
However, Feig felt that this would drag down the plot and present too many romantic relationships, as Annie was already caught between John Hamm's Ted and Chris O'Dowd's Nathan Rhodes. Feig eventually cut the scene, much to his and the cast's dismay.
Let a guy feel for once, would you please? Thank you very much.
Number 4. Ashley Judd and Denis Leary, Natural Born Killers.
Grace.
What?
You don't really want to be here today, do you?
Tarantino's script is a vastly different beast than Oliver Stone's movie. One scene from the script that was shot had Ashley Judd playing a survivor of Mickey Knox and testifying against him in court. Serving as his own defense counsel, he cross-examines her and then brutally stabs her with a pencil.
He started in the 7th grade, so that would make it
9 years.
This, along with much else from the trial, never made it into the film, as Stone decided to cut it. Another scene showed a crazed Denis Leary ranting to the camera for over a minute, playing off his old MTV shtick. This, as with Judd's scene, was removed completely.
M-I-C, see you real soon. K-E-Y, why? Because they want to, that's why.
Number 3, Jessica Chastain, The Life and Death of John F. Donovan.
And action.
This movie is absolutely packed with talent. It stars Mr. Jon Snow, Kit Harington, as the titular John Donovan, alongside Natalie Portman, Susan Sarandon, and Kathy Bates. Jessica Chastain would have been included in this stellar lineup, but director Xavier Dolan confirmed via Instagram that her role had been cut from the film. As he explained, the original cut was over 4 hours long, and Chastain's character and subplot seemed unnecessary. However, he has expressed hope that some of her scenes will be reinstated in the DVD release. We can only hope. Number 2, Chris Cooper, The Ring.
You know, sometimes bad things happen, darkness descends.
It's not often that an actor is cut from a movie for being too entertaining. Character actor Chris Cooper was set to bookend The Ring as a rapist who meets with Naomi Watts' Rachel. However, when the studio ran test screenings, they found that audiences wanted to see more of Cooper's character and were left distracted when he didn't appear in more of the movie. To keep the movie focused on the primary storyline, the filmmakers eliminated Cooper's character from the movie altogether. Damn it, Chris, that's what you get for being too good at your job.
7 days.
Before we unveil our top pick, here are a few honorable mentions.
What would you like me to say? That if you don't want to die, remember to knock?
No one has the right to accuse me of racism!
I remember you.
And this is what makes you such a good reporter. Stuff like this still shocks you.
Number 1, Harrison Ford, E.T. the Extra-Terrestrial.
Every advantage, your whole life, laid out in front of you.
Even though it would have been a fairly brief cameo appearance, we could have had one of the biggest movie stars of all time at the height of his career in one of the biggest movies of all time, yet his footage was intentionally left on the cutting room floor. Harrison Ford played a sanctimonious school principal, chastising Elliot for his frog-freeing behavior in biology class. When Ford turns away from him, Elliot's chair begins to levitate due to his connection to E.T. However, the scene added nothing to the story and was shot in an odd manner, and it was determined that Ford's appearance would be too distracting. Oh well.
Don't you worry about a thing. Elliot and I have had our little talk, and I think we know where we're coming from.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out these other great clips from WatchMojo and subscribe for new videos every day.